Today, we're going deep. So grab a notebook and keep that fire lit because we're about to rewrite the way you think about sales.
Welcome to that smile on my face. May not go my way, still got my face, so I'll be okay.
Hey, what's up, insurance hustlers? Tony the Tycoon here, and welcome back to Insure Legacy, where we dive into the real strategies that help you not just scrape by, but absolutely thrive in this business. Now let's get real for a second. Being a new agent is no walk in the park. In fact, it probably feels like you're diving into the deep end of a pool without a floaty, right? And studies show that nearly 90% of new insurance agents fail in their first year. 90%. That statistic can make you sweat a little bit, right? But listen, it's not because you're lazy or you can't hustle. It's not because you lack heart. It's because the industry setup is stacked against you and nobody hands you a playbook. Here's the brutal truth. Most new agents get tripped up by the same three things. One, no leadership. Where's the coach to show you the ropes? If you're left on an island with no one guiding you, you'll wander around clueless. Number two, there's no community. Insurance isn't a solo sport. You need teammates, mentors, peers, and friends in this business to keep you sharp. Without them, it's easy to get discouraged. And then three, there's no consistent lead generation. So imagine showing up to a game with no ball to play. That's you without a steady stream of leads. If you don't know where your next customer is or where he or she is coming from, you'll be scrambling and burning out. That's the bad news. But here's the good news. Each of those problems has a fix. If you're listening right now, you've already taken a step past the pack. I promise you, by the end of this session, you'll see exactly how to beat those odds. So today, I'm going to show you how to decode your market and build solutions that actually sell. Because once you stop pitching and start solving, guys, everything changes. This might just be the most important few minutes you spend this week. If you're ready to stop guessing and start winning, stick with me. Let's go rock this thing. So look, in this segment, I want to paint a picture for you. I want to paint a scene that might feel all too familiar. Say hi to Nicole, all right? She's a bright-eyed insurance agent. She's already taken her exam. She's psyched and she's ready to roll. She prints business cards that look sharp. She jumps on LinkedIn and Facebook and she's shouting, look, hey, I'm an agent now. Let me know if you need insurance. She even buys a few online leads and hits the streets knocking on doors. She's out there smiling, handing out pens, handing out cards every single day. That sounds familiar, right? Now fast forward 2 months, crickets. Nobody's returning her calls. Her Facebook post got all those likes, but no real inquiries. Her family listens politely at dinner, but deep down, she feels a pit in her stomach. Her leads are colder than ice. The phone is just not ringing. She starts thinking, what did I do wrong? Am I not cut out for this? Am I just not good enough? Sound familiar to any of you guys? Look, if you've been in this business more than a minute, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And let me tell you something important, guys. Nicole did not fail because she's dumb or she's lazy. She worked her tail off. The reason she's struggling is because the system never gave her the right foundation. Think about it. Nicole was given a license and then told to go sell, but nobody showed her how to run the business, where to start, who to talk to. She didn't have a tribe of fellow agents to bounce ideas off of or a mentor to guide her when she hit a wall. And without a solid ongoing plan for finding leads, she was left wandering in the dark. Guys, that's the trap this industry sets. And so many talented people walk away thinking the problem was them. They blame themselves, but in reality, the problem was their foundation. If you build on sand, you're gonna sink. Nicole was building on sand. So today, we're gonna help you build on rock. Now look, don't worry. The solution is simpler than you think. By the end of this video, you'll see how to avoid Nicole's fate and start stacking odds in your favor. Now let me flip the mirror for a second for you guys, because that could have been me, especially a few years back, guys. When I started, I thought the answer was just to outwork everyone, because that's what football taught me. More cold calls, more networking events, grinding from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., post every hour on social media. I even once tried sending insurance flyers to my own family.
Need to ease up out my face for something bad happened to you.
That didn't work out too well. But at the end of the day, I was hustling hard. But you know what happened? I crashed. Because hustle without direction is just exhaustion. I was pedaling a bike with no handlebars, going nowhere fast. I'd make calls until midnight and still feel like a failure. It wasn't my effort that was the problem. It was my strategy. Here's what I learned the hard way. Success in the insurance business isn't about pushing policies. It's about solving problems. It's about decoding your market, figuring out exactly who you're serving, what they really worry about, and how they talk about it. Once you know those things, closing a sale feels a lot less like chasing and a lot more like just being helpful. So let me drop my cheat sheet on you guys, the flow framework. Now this changed the game for me and it can change the game for you as well. So F in the flow stands for find your foundation. You have to know who you are and why you're doing this. What's your story? Why do you care about insurance? People don't buy from robots, guys. They buy from people that they trust and that they can relate to. Your foundation is what makes you real and relatable. It's your why, your values, your vibe. Maybe you started because your own family member was unprotected, or you had a grandfather that got hit by a car, or just some sort of bad luck, and you just vowed never to let that happen again. Whatever it is, that foundation gives you purpose. And when you speak from purpose, people feel that and they lean in. The L is locate your market. You got to figure out who your people are. Don't try to sell to everybody. If you try to be everything to everyone, you'll end up blending in with the sea of agents that's out here pushing policies. Instead, niche down. Are you the go-to for young families who are tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Are you the hero for small town businesses and business owners who need a key person coverage? Maybe you're the advisor for newlyweds planning a future. You got to pick one clear target. As one of my mentors says, specialty pays off, generalists work harder for less. You got to find a segment and own it. O is for operate with excellence. This is where you build habits and systems. It means being super organized with your customer follow-ups, mastering the art of listening before talking, and constantly sharpening your skills. It's studying policy details so well, when a client asks a question, you can answer without Googling on the spot. It's running your calendar like clockwork so no one feels ignored. Operating with excellence also means serving before selling. When you show up on time with prepared materials and a genuine game plan for how to help, you'll stand head and shoulders above the average agent. Excellence attracts referrals and repeat business like crazy. And then finally, the win, W. You got to win with collaboration. Nobody builds an empire alone. You have to lean on your mentors or your upline and your peers. Go to agency meetings. Jump into that Facebook group like Stat Market Masters. We'll talk about that in a minute. Pair up with your fellow agent and role play or a co-host events. When you network and share resources, everyone wins, guys. Collaboration is like supercharging your hustle. You get ideas that you never would have thought of solo. It also keeps you accountable. You can't bail out on a goal when you've told your partners about it, right? So look, I used to grind away in isolation. And when I shifted to this flow framework, everything changed. Suddenly I was making sales because I knew who I was talking to, as most importantly, why. I want the same for you. So embrace the flow and watch how your business grows with momentum. Let me take you out of the world of insurance for a moment to underline this point with a story. Now, you guys may or may not have heard of Howard Schultz and Starbucks, but back in the day, Starbucks was just a little coffee chain in Seattle. Howard took over and had this epiphany. People aren't just buying a cup of coffee. You see, on a trip in Italy, he watched Italians linger in cafes, enjoying conversations, as well as connection. And he realized Americans wanted a third place. Not home, not work, but a cozy spot to breathe and to socialize. So what did he do? He flipped Starbucks on its head, guys. He didn't just focus on coffee beans and low prices. He built leather chairs, fireplace, vibes, and that calming music that you recognize. Suddenly, you weren't buying a latte. You were buying an experience, a sense of belonging. That became Starbucks' foundation, a neighborhood retreat where dreams could brew. And guess what? People were willing to pay $5 for a drink that they could make at home for 50 cents. Now here's the connection to you. If you're just out here trying to sell policies, you're in the coffee commodity business. You're saying, hey, check out these policies. But if you're decoding your client's real needs, you're in the Starbucks business. You're saying, imagine this. Your family's future is secure, no matter what curveball life throws at you. And you can sleep peacefully every night. That's what I'm here for. Let's put that into your world. If you're pushing a $500 monthly policy, People are going to roll their eyes and just say, oh, here's another sell person. But if you're selling their dreams and fears, guys, they lean in. A lifetime of peace for my kids. Tell me more. For example, maybe your client is a young couple who wants to start a business and worries about losing it all. Well, guess what? If you're selling them a generic term policy, that's bland. But offering them a contingency plan, a plan that protects their new business and ensures their family won't lose the house, that's a solution they'll flock to. Guys, look, foundation wins every time. If Starbucks would have just said, we sell overpriced coffee.
That's $37.
Awesome. They'd be nowhere. They said, we sell community, comfort, and a third place. So today you can't walk into Starbucks without seeing someone on their laptop sipping a $6 latte. Similarly, if you make your clients feel like you're selling them freedom and security and a peace of mind, things that they care about deeply, they'll want to work with you. So stop thinking small. You're not just an insurance agent. You're an architect of dreams, a guard for their legacy, big picture people. Be the Starbucks of insurance, guys. Think big. Look, this next shift is a game changer, guys. You got to stop selling and start solving. Let that sink in. Too many agents are still in the sell mode, pushing brochures and product names. But when you switch to solve mode, you become someone people need. Let's go back to our friend Nicole. She had a breakthrough. Instead of walking around with flyers, she started having real and true conversations. She'd ask questions like, what keeps you up at night? Or what goals do you want to hit within the next 5 years? And suddenly, people opened up. For instance, Nicole met a young family at a playground. Instead of saying, want life insurance? She asked, hey, I've got a little one too. How do you feel about protecting your income if something unexpected happens? Or how would the bills get paid if you couldn't work for a few months? That shifted the conversation from I'm selling you something to how can I help solve your problem? I want to give you another example. Let's imagine an emergency room doctor named Mark that sells disability insurance on the side. Look, he was hitting the phones every night trying to sell disability, but he wasn't getting anywhere. Finally, Mark listened. He heard his colleagues talking about the fear of having a hand injury that could end their career. So Mark pivoted. He started offering a seminar on safeguarding your most valuable asset, your ability to earn. He wasn't just offering a policy, he was offering peace of mind if life threw a curveball. The desk at the seminar filled up and Mark closed clients in a whole new way. Guys, look, when Nicole stopped pitching policies and started offering solutions like income protection plans for new graduates or legacy strategies for young parents, everything shifted. People said yes because they saw she was solving their exact problems, not just handing out quotes. They trusted her. This is the turning point I want you to catch. Solving sells, products don't. A product might get you a transaction, but a solution builds a relationship. And a relationship is how you build a long-term business, not just a one-off sale. No one calls you back for a brochure, but they will call you for help. So remember, you don't have a policy problem, you have a people problem. So talk to people, understand them, and tailor your approach. Products create transactions. Solutions create clients for life. Let that marinate because it's power. All right, let's get practical. How do you actually decode your market and apply all this in a day-to-day action? I'm going to break it down to you step by step. Number one, you got to start with the data. Yes, data. I know it sounds boring, but look, it's gold. You got to scour LIMR studies, government census numbers, or even Google Trends to see what people are talking about. For example, maybe you see a report that young parents are increasingly worried about saving for college. Guys, that's a clue. Maybe there's a spike in millennials buying homes. Those are first-time home buyer opportunities. Use that info to ask yourself, who needs what and why? If you know 25 to 35-year-olds that are plastered in student loans, maybe disability insurance is a talking point. If folks in your area are self-employed, like many gig workers, maybe healthcare gap coverage is huge for them. Data tells you what's trending, so you're not guessing. Number two, you got to listen closely. You got to put your ear to the ground. Go to networking meetups, community events, or relevant Facebook or LinkedIn groups. And here's the trick. Guys, be quiet and listen. Watch and hear what people complain about or worry about. If you don't have lead flow, join your local Chamber of Commerce meeting and just chat. You'll be amazed at how many times people say, I need help with blank. Have an honest conversation. Ask existing clients or past clients why they came to you and what they needed. You'll catch phrases like, I was scared of blank, or I've been worried that blank. Those exact phrases are your keys. Write them down. They have become your talking points. And then number 3, test small but fail fast. Don't wait for the perfect pitch. Try little experiments. Host a free webinar on something that your people need. Maybe how to protect your family when times are tough. You can write a brief guide, like a 1-pager checklist, the top 5 ways to save money on insurance. Or even set up like a casual workshop at a local library or a coffee shop. The goal here is feedback, not perfection. If one approach falls flat, tweak it and try again. Think of yourself as a scientist, one small test at a time. This way, you invest a little, but you learn a lot, and you quickly find what resonates. And then 4, build your niche like a fortress. Once you find something that clicks, a topic people care about, a community that responds, double down on it, guys. Commit. For example, if you notice that new teachers are loving your advice on retirement savings, why not become the retirement coach for teachers? You can customize your social posts, your workshops, and even your branding to speak directly to them. The more specific you get, the more you become known as the go-to expert in that space. People will tell their friends. They'll be like, oh, hey, ask Sarah about insurance. She's awesome with blank, right? That reputation is gold. So look, when you've done all of this, something amazing happens. You stop being just another agent and you start becoming the advisor people choose. You cut through the noise. Instead of screaming into the void, you're having meaningful conversations that turn into results. I want you to think of it this way. Do you want to cast a wide net and fish in murky waters, or do you want a custom spear aimed right at the heart of what your target needs? Guys, be the spear fisher. Tune in, watch as those leads start becoming clients who were already pre-sold on you, because you get them. All right, real talk. Most agents fail because they chase policies instead of people. They think, if I can just pitch enough products, someone will bite. But that's backwards. When you focus on people's problems, dreams, and fears, you become invaluable. Remember our flow framework? Find your foundation, locate your market, operate with excellence, and win through collaboration. When you live by that, you flip the game. You stop having to chase clients. Clients start coming to you. You go from cold calling strangers to warm conversations with people who already know, like, and trust you. And never forget this. A product creates a transaction, but a solution builds a relationship. Guys, think about it. Who do you trust more, the pushy salesperson at the store or the friend who helped fix your problem without a sales pitch? I bet it's the latter. When you become that friend with solutions, guys, your clients turn into advocates. They'll refer you, stick with you through the ups and downs, and help you create real wealth in legacy. This isn't just business, it's personal. You're not here for the quick sale. You're here to make a difference. And when you do that, you're building something that lasts, real freedom for you and your clients in the legacy that every one of us wants. So stand up, take a deep breath. You've got the knowledge now. Go out there and apply it, because the only thing standing between you and your success is your mindset. And you've already flipped that switch. So look, you guys know how I do. Got to be a call to action. If what I just shared with you hit home and you're ready to take things to the next level, here's what to do next. 1, I need you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Every single week, we're going to drop fresh strategies and mindset boosts to sharpen your game. So hit that bell icon so you don't miss out. Next, guys, join the Stat Market Masters Facebook group. Think of it as your 24/7 support squad. In there, you have agents that's going to share wins and leads and tips. You'll find mentorship, community, and the exact kind of accountability you've been craving. If you're feeling stuck, post your questions. Someone in that group has already conquered it, and they will be willing to help you go through it. And then you got to grab my book, Master the Market. This is the full playbook I wish I had when I started. It's packed with battle-tested strategies, scripts, and real-life case studies. Read it like it's your new best friend. Read it like it's coaching you step by step, and it's going to save you years of trial and error, trust me. And when you're serious about your next breakthrough, I want you to book a stat strategy session with me. In just 30 focused minutes, we'll map out your next 90 days together. Your market, your message, and your money, how they all flow considerably. And now I want you to consider this as a mini pro workshop where it's tailored to the principles that we talk directly about in your situation. Now the spots are limited, so don't sleep on that. Now look, I need you to go ahead and pick one action to take right now. Maybe it's subscribing, or it's dropping a comment with one insight you've gained, or messaging me for that strategy session. Whatever it is, guys, take action. You've got this. I can feel it. We've built this legacy from the ground up, and I'm here to help you build yours. So as I always say, run well, young lions and lioness. Go break some ceilings. This is your man, Tony the Tycoon. I'm out.
I'll be okay.